And take a look at the big city of Melbourne. 500,000 Victorians just gathered to send a strong message to say no to giving their state premier more power, saying no to more mandates and lockdowns.
It was when he took our jobs and our businesses that we truly began to work together. It was when he locked us down that we began to stand up together. When he sowed division amongst our friends and our families, that is when we found our tribe.
That's called unifying for freedom. And what can happen in Australia could certainly happen in the United States. That's my biggest fear. Joining me now is that inspiring and brave Australian documentary filmmaker, Topher Field. He's been on the program before. Topher, welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me, Grant. You did give me a little too much credit in your intro earlier. I'm one of many people fighting for freedom. I'm certainly not the only one.
I know that is true, Topher, and I follow a lot of them on social media. But it takes a brave person to stand up, do what you and the others are doing. And I think since the last time we talked, I think it's safe to say that Australia is worse now, and it was bad then.
Look, it certainly was bad then. Let me say this. The politics, I think, is worse, but the people are rising in a way that I've been hoping for a very long time. As you know, I've been campaigning against the lockdown since April of 2020. This has been a very long road for me and many others. And we always hoped, you see these images, we always hoped for this moment to come. This is why we were doing what we were doing. And to see last week, I cannot begin to tell you what a magical moment that was. Estimates from Sky News are 450,000 people turning out on the streets of Melbourne. It's a city of 4.5 million. So that makes 10% of the population of Melbourne were on the streets fighting for freedom on Saturday. And we're going to be back there again this Saturday, probably in even bigger numbers to do it again.
Well, it's amazing. And when you talk about people rising up and asking questions, I want to play a soundbite from you from an Aboriginal elder. It's gone viral on social media, so concerned about her people that are literally being herded up and taken to camps. Let's listen to what she had to say.
I'm Larrikey elder. I want to know what's going on in the community. We're hearing nothing but from Michael Gunner and the government and the army, and we don't know what's going on. We're all sitting around scratching our heads wondering what's going on. They're killing us! Right? It's a program of elimination. That's all this is. They're lying, they're deceiving, they are killing our people.
Well, it's frightening to hear her. She's worried about her people. Topher, is she right?
Look, the key phrase that she uses there is we don't know what's going on. There are certainly some very, very concerning reports. I've repeated some of those on my Facebook page. But then again, we also have the counter arguments and other people coming in saying, well, that's actually not an accurate representation of what's happening. Here's what's happening. But then when you look at those people, they're potentially compromised because they've been working with the government on the vaccine rollout. So it's almost impossible right now to know who to believe. I'm hoping that the next 48 hours brings a lot more clarity around what's happening. It's very likely that there are things being done where people are being made to do things against their will. That's consistent with what we've seen from governments around Australia throughout this process. Is it an attempted genocide, a program of elimination? I find that difficult to stretch to, but are people being coerced and bullied and forced into doing things or going to camps where they don't want to go and they never would voluntarily have agreed? I would say based on the behaviour of our government, that's extremely likely to be happening. And hopefully the next 1 to 2 days will bring a lot more clarity.
And Topher, I stand with you on that. That's what I think is happening here. Let me play a quick soundbite from Michael Gunner. This is the leader of that area of the northern region talking about what's going on there.
It's highly likely that more residents will be transferred to Howard Springs today, either as positive cases or close contacts. We've already identified 38 close contacts in Binjari, and that number will go up. Those 38 are being transferred now. We are grateful for the support of about 20 ADF personnel as well as army trucks to assist with the transfer of positive cases and close contacts.
Topher, real quick, if you can, in about 30 seconds. Army trucks taking these people, that's a government leader that just admitted they all are being herded up and not one case of a death in that region. 30 seconds.
Yeah, look, the army is often deployed in that very remote area for logistical reasons. They can be involved in things like medical evacuations and legitimate purposes like that. This is why I say, again, we need another day or two to really get to the bottom of what's going on, because there can be legitimate explanations for this, but certainly there is a huge amount of anxiety in the Indigenous community and a lot of room for rumors because we just aren't getting told the truth of what's going on.
Well, I appreciate you on the ground there speaking out. I know the government's not happy with you for doing it, but we appreciate it certainly. From us in America, happy Thanksgiving to you over there in Australia, Topher Field. Hang tough and keep us informed.
Thank you.